Hey everybody, it is Marco Dishes Out on Life, and yes, this is going to be another pivot because I decided I didn't want to have a manifestation series all by itself. I decided it would be a lot more efficient and just make a lot more sense if I just lumped in manifestation content with the Marco Dishes Out on Life series. So yeah, I wanted to go over a couple of things that I manifested in July, and then maybe something that I wanted to manifest and it didn't happen yet, or won't happen, because there is a special secret project I've been working on, and I'm just going to start off with that since that's I guess the only negative thing in this video. So as I said in a previous video, I have been working on this secret project for a little while now. It was something that I started manifesting over a year ago. It was basically something that was going to happen in the ending credits of a movie that I haven't made yet. And basically, the way that it's manifested is that there's going to be a new scene that is added into my movie, which will be kind of like the visual of that scene that I was trying to manifest over a year ago. And then for the audio portion, it is going to be something completely different, and it is actually going to be a part of the movie in December, and also the from then on as well, because I don't have to worry about copyright. But anyways, what happened was I was trying for a little over a month to manifest something that I needed for this secret special project, and I got really, really close to getting it. I didn't even have to affirm. I didn't have to do any affirmations, which is like a rarity for people who manifest. Like, a lot of the times they have to do some sort of a technique to make anything happen. But I almost got it. But what happened was, at the time I was about to get it, something else happened, and it really, really threw me off. It completely destroyed my positive mindset. It completely sent me off in a spiral deep end for I don't know, like a week or longer, and it was terrible. And this is why I don't like the summer anymore. I hate the summer. I hate June. I hate July. I hate August. Well, actually, I kind of like August. Yeah, I just hate June and July and May and April and March and February and January. Yeah. So during that time period, it was like all that positive will that had been built up throughout the month was completely shattered and torn down. And then boom, as soon as that happened, the next day I got an email, and it was from someone that I've never met before. They were the one who was trying to help me get the thing that I needed, and they told me, unfortunately, no. But it was like the person was really sad about it because they really thought that I had something good and they really wanted to make it happen, but it was out of that person's hands. So, yeah, that was pretty bad, and it just goes to show, the positivity is really the key, because I'm still going to get this thing in a different way. It's just that the different way that I'm now having to get that thing is so hard that it's actually going to cause more work, more stress for me, more anxiety, because it's just a lot more to do that I really shouldn't have had to do. because to be honest, well, I can't mention any specifics because I don't want to give it away, that's why it's a secret, but it was very, very irritating because I was so certain and so sure that I would get this one thing, this key ingredient, and now I have to make the ingredient myself. I was doing it in the car on the way back and forth to Pennsylvania on a vacation, and it was a bitch to do. So I'm gonna try and do more of that, maybe later today or tomorrow. I hate it. I hate it so much. You can guarantee when I have more money to make films that I won't be doing a certain aspect of the filmmaking process because, oh God, it is so difficult. But I'm going to do it anyway, it's not going to deter me. Now for the things that I actually did manifest. First off, I manifested a dream where I got to actually meet an angel. And I did it on accident because I was writing a sequel to the fake movie that I wrote last year in order to manifest my way out of anxiety. And in the script, I sort of had this idea where, and this isn't going to destroy the fake movie is still going to work, because this already happened. This stuff is already, it came and went, you can't stop it now. But I came up with this idea of the main character having a team of angels, as in Charlie's Angels, I thought it would be really cool if in the first movie, it was just Thor and then this other woman who is his spirit guide. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if he had a badass, Charlie's Angels type of team? So I wrote this scene where he was in the living room and his one of the angels, the first angel, gets introduced, and it wasn't a literal angel. It was just a spiritual character. And it was very angelic, though. It was very spiritual and supernatural and such. So, a couple of weeks later, I had a dream where I was in the living room of my old house, and there was this woman, and she had a really generic face. She had, how those women in, old paintings, and the men, they all had these kind of, generic faces? She had that kind of, a generic female face from an old painting. And she had, her hair in a bun. Her hair was also kind of very boring and generic. I don't know how to describe it, because I don't know the different hairstyles. I should know. But she had a white collared shirt on. I can't remember what kind of pants she had on, because I don't know, I just wasn't paying attention. And then I was just dressed in the usual, and I thought that she was telling me to take my clothes off, and so I started to take my clothes off. And then she started to take off her shirt, and she had a regular chest. It wasn't, they weren't huge and they weren't small, just a regular average chest. But then as she took off the whole white shirt, and it came off of her arms, there were these huge wings that were made out of a white light, a golden white light. And these wings completely came out, and they were spread, and it was wow, this is an angel right here. And you could see the full wings spread out on each side. And then she said, I am your guardian angel. I am here to help you get whatever you want and whatever you need and whatever you desire, or something like that. And that was the dream. And so, yeah, that was definitely manifested from just writing that scene, that fake movie scene. And I wasn't even doing that deliberately. I just did that out of feeling of doing that. So, and all it took was writing that scene one time. I didn't even have to affirm. I didn't have to do any extra work. All I had to do was just write a little scene, and then a couple of weeks later, boom. The third thing that I manifested was meeting someone from a past life. Now this, I have been manifesting, I guess, for quite a while. Probably a little over a year. Because you have to remember, guys, like a couple of months ago, I didn't think it would be very possible to meet someone from my past life, because most of the people are all dead who knew this guy. There's only like a handful of people who are still alive who actually met him and knew him very, very well, to where they could actually confirm my story and tell me that, you know, they believe what I'm saying. So I was very, very in disbelief that I would get to meet someone, and yet I found someone that I was able to meet. They were only one state or two away. And it's funny because I never knew about this convention before. This convention was always held in Maryland. And this was the first time, I believe, that it had ever been held in Pennsylvania. So the fact that they moved the entire convention, not only that, but then they added this experience where you could have dinner with the celebrity guests, which no other convention, I think, has done before. Basically, this entire event was contrived and manipulated so that I was able to meet this person and share the story so that we could actually connect again. And all it was from, I guess, thinking about making that movie about my past life and making it to where something vague would happen. Like, I hadn't planned anything out yet because I had a good like skeleton idea, but I just wanted the adventure to happen. You know, I didn't want to make like a fake script and then have a bunch of different types of things happen that kind of undermine what I originally pictured, you know, because then I'd have to go back and rewrite it all. And so I feel like it'll probably happen anyways. And I can just write along, kind of like as things are happening, write a couple of pages, and then write a couple more if something else happens, you know. And basically, meeting this person was because, you know, usually at these conventions, you're rushed, you know. You're not able to spend time with people. You're not able to really talk to them on a personal level. It's just like, hey, I'm a fan, bye. So this dinner experience, there were a lot of things that happened that I'm going to talk about in the video where I discuss meeting with this person. That, you know, that'll be its own video, because I think it'll take a little too long here. And just the way that the events unfolded, it felt like every single thing that happened had to happen a certain way. And everything was like purposeful. And so it was just the most bizarre thing, though, because it was almost like, you know, that Shakespeare quote where Shakespeare said that the world is a play and that we all play different characters or something, like, or the world is a stage. Because that's what it really felt like. Like, it genuinely felt like that. Like, it did not really feel like real life. There was a certain point where I was looking around at people and I was almost like is any of this real? You know, like, not in like a real way like that. Like, you know, don't be too concerned, but like, it was a little bit of my anxiety. I was like, oh my God, there's so many people around here. It's making me a little anxious. And I was just like totally taken back by how things played out, though. And for all of it to culminate in the way that it did was just so unbelievable that it's like, yeah, this didn't just happen all by itself. Like, stuff had to happen for this to happen. This was a very unique and special situation. And it was also something where, you know, I didn't really even have to manifest this person specifically. You know, I didn't even have to like focus in on her and meeting her or anything. You know, it all just happened by itself with me thinking about the grand scheme of things, like the bigger picture. And yeah. Another thing, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but there is a celebrity that I've been wanting to meet. And I was supposed to meet them in the springtime. They went to a convention in Missouri. Or wait, no, it was Kansas City. And then they went to a convention in Florida. And I really wanted to meet them. And so I sort of tried to manifest meeting them in both of those states. And by the way, they had never done a convention before. So I had focused on meeting this person since like last year in kind of like October-ish. And one of the techniques that I did was I put them on a vision board, which I do use a vision board. I do actually need to make a new one now because I need to really focus in on like all my top 5 or 6 goals instead of like just being like, oh, maybe I should get this and maybe I should get that. Because I definitely have like the number one goal, and then I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, and 10, you know. But I put them on a vision board. I also wrote them a letter, so I don't know if their agent saw it and saw that I mentioned conventions and saying that I wish that I could meet them at a convention. I don't know if that's what did it. That was called inspired action, which basically means if you want to manifest something, you take some kind of action that you have no sort of doubt about taking. You just have to take it. So that was another thing. So possibly that's what did it. But then again, you know, a lot of these letters that I've sent out, these fan letters, you know, they don't get any kind of response at all. You know, they probably just get thrown in the trash because that's the way that society is now, you know. And, you know, you can't talk to a celebrity unless you pay them like thousands of dollars. But another thing that I did to meet this person is that I put their picture up on my computer as a screensaver. And so even after I wasn't able to go on both of those trips, which was a terrible disappointment each time, it was mostly for health reasons. I mean, the constant allergy problems. I mean, guys, like, for some reason, like, Beaver Creek is like kryptonite. Like, the whole place is like a kryptonite city. And I'm like Superman, and it's just like, it's terrible. Like, I didn't have any problems in Pennsylvania. I felt normal, except for some anxiety stuff. And then I come right back here, and boom. Can't even go grocery shopping without, like, thinking that I'm going to pass out from dizziness, you know, because of the terrible allergies. And, but anyways, putting this person's face as a screensaver on my computer really made the difference, I think, because even through those negative experiences, I still continued to see their face on the computer over and over and over again throughout the day. And it still was like a constant reminder and a constant reaffirming of my desire without me like thinking about, oh, I would really like to meet this person. And then what do you know, guys? Guess what happened? In late May, or no, it was kind of middle May. In the middle of May, after I thought all hope was lost in meeting them at a place that was close to me, they signed up for a convention an hour away from me. So, again, this is someone who doesn't do conventions. And, so just saying, guys, like, that's another thing that I manifested. And I'm really proud of that one because, like, I was really, really concerned, guys. Like, I was like, okay, this is just not going to happen. And I'm screwed. But it has to happen. If you affirm, if you manifest, it has to happen. There's no other option. That's the way nature works. And for them to only be an hour away, I mean, it's so accessible too. It's like clearly, this is something that was meant to happen. Me getting to meet this person, so that's really cool. I can't wait to do that. That's going to be in September. Another thing is an SP. Now, it's not the main SP. Because remember, SPs, specific persons, they're not just love interests. They can be anything from like a friend, a work person, someone that you want to work with. They can be a family member. They can be any specific person that you want to connect to for any reason. So I guess the celebrity I just talked about was also a specific person. And yeah, it was pretty easy. I manifested a celebrity in like under a year, you know? And, but there was a specific person that I talked about on this channel before. We had a big falling out in December of 2022 because I had been waiting for this person to do something for quite a long time because I wanted to work with them, and they never did it, and it was just a terrible situation, and it was kind of like the ending of my second movie temporarily, and so what happened was I just kind of gave up on this person for a while, and, you know, they didn't ever message me back. They didn't ever, like, try to get in contact with me again. It was just completely screwed, you know, and there was even a point where I reached out again because I really wanted to say something that I wanted to say before, and I basically just told that person off in a long message, and, you know, this person still didn't respond, and it was like, you know, I don't care. I mean, I told them what I wanted to say, and they can go F themselves. Well, this year, something happened, and in late June, I came up with an idea. And it was an idea that was born out of knowing that you can manifest literally anything the fuck you want. And it includes people. You know, anything you want. So I was like, oh, okay. You know what? I want this specific person to help me out here because I need a good plan for if things don't work out with other situations. And so I need to have like a person who is going to be like the guy or the girl, you know. And so what I did was I started affirming that I work so well with this person. I work so well with SP. I work so well with SP over and 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 over again. all day, every day. What do you know? Next week, it took a week for the initial contact. I sent her an email. I said, hey, I got an opportunity here. It's kind of like the perfect opportunity. And guess what, guys? She responded in a couple of hours. I was kind of wavering, for a while. I was like, oh, should I message this person to see if they got my email? Should I? I'm so worried. What if it doesn't happen? Oh my God. A couple of hours later, boom. She emails me right back. She's really excited about it. And guess what, guys? Continued to manifest. Boom. Messaged her on Facebook. And she said, let's get something in the books to chat. These are the dates that I'll be available. We can totally work something out. Boom. Continue to manifest. And actually, I kind of stopped affirming for the most part. I mean, I was like, I don't really need to affirm very much anymore. I mean, I'm going to get what I'm going to get and what I want. And, but then, a couple of weeks later, aka, is today Monday? Yeah, it doesn't feel like a Monday. It just feels like crappy Saturday or something. But yesterday, I messaged with them again on Facebook, and we officially set up a date and a time to talk. You guys have to remember, this is a person who I didn't have any contact with for almost 2 years. This is a person who was lost to me. Okay, so this is a big, big deal that I was able to get this and make this happen. And it's unfortunate, because I didn't really have any resistance towards it. I thought, this person, I hate them, and so I don't really care if it happens or not, because, I have my main manifestation that I'm currently working on doing, and so, that is really my main focus. But if it happens, it happens. And with that attitude, I was able to get this specific person back, and, yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. I've been trying to find times in the day to manifest my main manifestation, because that's really the area of focus that I want to make my priority, instead of just wavering constantly, manifesting all this other crap. I want to focus on my main one, because that's really the one that's important to me right now. So, please like this video and comment and tell me what you think. And then please subscribe to our channel if you'd like to continue seeing manifestation videos, because I've been able to manifest for a long time. It's just that I wasn't really consciously doing it until now. And so now that I'm consciously doing it, I'm going to get a lot more that I want all the time. And it really can all be centered, it can all be blamed, I guess. It can all be explained because of a bad thing that happened that wasn't supposed to happen. And so, because of that bad thing, it kind of, it made me have to learn about manifesting. And so now I'm going to have to use it to get what I want. So goodbye, everybody. See you soon.